Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, in our
Yes, I came back again. Now I changed my settings. Now you can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. And now from where you were, you left?
Ma'am,
Yes,
you
I left
explained
actually.
ma'am, you explained the sulfide ore after
Sulfide ore part. Okay, I will explain that again.
I wasn't able to hear the
finish
sulfide.
explaining.
Oh, okay, fine. So I have finished explaining after that only. That's
Yes,
happened, no?
ma'am.
Okay, then fine. So here this is used for sulfide ores where the heavy particles which dissolves in water will remain with the water, and the upper part, that is the sulfide ores, dissolved in oil, and due to forming the froth, that is a leather, it has been taken out. So this way we can separate ores and the impurities settle down. Yes, your mic is not working. I'm not able to hear you properly. Yes. Yes. Yes, Shubha. Arey yaar. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, then okay. I thought again I gone. Okay,
Ma'am,
fine. Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt. Ma'am, in the
Yes.
sulfide ore, you told that it is soluble in oil.
Yeah.
So if it is soluble in oil, then how will they extract it later on? I mean,
Later on, then oil is removed. Soluble, that means that's by process. Again, the chemical process has been followed by which they remove oil and the soil, just like water and the salt is dissolved in water. How you separate the salt?
by evaporation.
By evaporating. That way, by the oil again may be dissolved in the different one. Oil is soluble in different substance, so oil is taken out, and the sulfide ores has been separated from that again.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And some of the oils are generally evaporating oils, means get volatile oils. They volatile itself moves out and leaving behind the salt as it is back.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I don't understand why do we pass air into it?
Because the froth is formed, so taking out oil is will not be that much easier. So when froth is formed, so immediately the area rises, and that froth, when we can separate it out.
Okay, ma'am.
For separation of oil, only froth is formed, made to
Okay,
form froth.
thank you.
Ma'am, so when the froth moves out, the ore is left behind, like the pure
Along
from
with the
the.
froth, it is taken out. Along with the froth, sulfide ore has been taken out from the water.
Okay. So after
And,
that, further
and
extraction will.
further extraction has been done. So there is further chemical process has been done. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. I need to check out if I'm there or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then third process is the very common process, that is a magnetic separation. This is also used if any one of either impurity or either ore is magnetic in nature. If that is happen, that is there, any one of, it's not needed that is ore should be a magnetic only. Either magnetic may be the, ore is magnetic, or maybe the impurity is magnetic. Any one of them should be a magnetic. Then we use this magnetic separation method. In that, through this roller, through this container, here is a rollers are there, roller belts are there. So these belts are magnetic. This roller one is the magnetic one. So through this conveyor belt, this mixture of ore, the crystals, the crushed ore and the impurities have been passed through it. So here is the strong magnet is present. So when the magnet passes through it, the magnetic substance moves towards it and move separated this way, and which is non-magnetic will not get attracted towards it. It had been thrown away forward direction, and the magnetic substance moves towards it and be collected into the separate container. And which is non-magnetic, which won't follow this path, so it has been separated this way, so it will move at some different container. So this way, the ore or impurity, any one of them is magnetic, can be separated by this magnetic separation method. Is it clear?
Ma'am,
Yes,
so this
ma'am.
separation method should be performed 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, 2 to 3 times. Yeah, many times it has to be performed, not only single time. So these are the physical processes only merely for separating the earthen impurities and the ore. Further, that many chemical processes it has to undergo. Is
Ma'am,
it clear? Yeah.
Ma'am, can it be like for separating the ore, you can use two processes
Yeah,
also?
2, 3 processes also it can be done. Because there is no single impurity along with it. There are many multiple impurities are there. For different impurities, different methods they have to follow.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, and depending on the quality, that is every time we cannot say that this is the iron ore is present at 2 to 3 states, but the type of impurity present along with that same ore is different. So different methods you have to apply. Though you are extracting the same metal from the same compound, but the impurity present in that along with that compounds are different. So therefore different processes are different used at different places.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So these are the methods which have been used for enriching the ore. It is not fully explained in your textbook. Actually, nothing has been explained. This is only they have told that is first step is a concentration of ore. Ore has been concentrated by any physical process. So these are the few of the physical processes by which ore is concentrated. That means we will get the concentration of in this substance. The concentration of particular metal compound is more. Earlier these are the mixtures, so in that the percentage of particular compound available is very less. Now separating this impurity along with, from this ore, what we will get, quantity we got this much, and in that the percentage of that particular ore is now more. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this step clear, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Now further we have to check out the extraction process. So general idea behind the extraction, it is not given in detail or it is not practical. Sometimes it's not completely practical also. There are in between, there are many methods you has to be actually undergone. So the second step is the extraction process. In the process of extraction, chemical steps has to be followed. Chemical processes has to be followed. So extraction process. So in this extraction, chemical steps has to be followed. Now here in this chapter, they have only explained about the extraction of sulfide ore, carbonates, and oxides. Now here, if any ore is found in the oxide form, that means a metal oxide is present. So which method has to be followed? If it is the ore is in the form of oxide, then only that oxygen has to be removed. So that is done. Removal of oxygen is called as removal of oxygen, reduction. So whenever any substance is present, any ore, it is in the form of oxide, the step followed is reduction. So reduction is done by different methods. Reduction is done by using auto reduction. Auto reduction is generally used for lower reactive metals. Auto reduction, that means by strong heating. When we heat that substance, immediately oxygen gets separated. Or we can heat it with the ore itself. Then that substance gets reduced and we will get the metal back. That is the one method is called as auto reduction. Second one, for lower reactive elements, we generally use the reducing agents. By using reducing agents, just like a coke powder, that is a carbon, is mostly used for reducing the lower reactive metal oxides. The coke powder, carbon powder, is used as a reducing agent because carbon has greater affinity towards oxygen than those lower reactive metals. So carbon can easily take out oxygen from those metal oxides. So, or It can be used by displacement, by the process of displacement. Displacement reaction with higher reactive elements. Displacement reaction with higher reactive elements. Just like it is made to react with aluminium powder. The lower reactive elements has been made to react with aluminium. So aluminium being more reactive, take out oxygen easily from the oxide of that particular ore. And then another one is the electrolytic reduction. So that is done by electrolysis. By electrolysis. Electrolytic reduction. Any one of these four methods is used. Electrolytic reduction, that is electrolysis, has been done. So this is done for lower reactive elements.
Now, when we do displacement reaction with higher reactive metals, what will use aluminium?
I will tell you one by one all the examples what I'm writing here. So auto reduction is used for lower reactive elements. In the textbook, it is mentioned for copper and mercury. Reducing with carbon, they have explained about the zinc and iron. Iron is not explained, but the reducing agent with the reduction with the help of carbon powder is used for zinc and iron ores. Displacement with aluminium, iron ore and manganese ore has been used. For iron ores and manganese ore, aluminium is used. So aluminium being more reactive than iron or zinc, aluminium powder is mixed with the this iron oxide or manganese dioxide, and redisplacement reaction takes place. Iron separates and oxygen combines with aluminium. And electrolytic reduction takes place for sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. So for these are the highly reactive metals. So by only any other reducing agent cannot work for these metals. So generally these metals are reduced. Oxides, if these are present in the form of oxides, then those oxides can be reduced by process of electrolysis only. No any other things work for these metals. So yes.
For gold, which method
Gold is
used?
in the native state, so it won't form any compounds. So gold is directly only enrichment of ore is done, its work is done. So there is no chemical process. It won't go undergo any chemical process. Gold, silver, and platinum do not undergo any chemical process. Yes.
Ma'am, in the auto reduction, is the heat too high? I mean, the temperature?
Yeah, we have to heat it, not much more. We are not heating it to a melting point. Before melting point, when we heat it, oxygen removed from them.
Okay.
That is called auto reduction. Reducing agent, zinc is given example in your textbook. It is given example of a zinc for reducing agent. Zinc is reduced with coke powder. And iron also can be reduced by combining with the coke powder. Displacement reaction, specifically in textbook, it is given iron and manganese dioxide. And for electrolytic reduction, that is given these 5 metals has been given. Only in your textbook, and sodium is only given, nothing else. It's clear? So there are the sulfides and carbonates has been separated. First, they have to be converted into oxides, and further the same method has been followed for them also. So sulfides and carbonates first converted into oxides by the chemical process called as roasting and calcination process. So sulfides are roasted and carbonates have been calcinated to convert them into oxides, and further the same step is followed. From that oxide, they are reduced by any of these 4 methods to get back the metal. Okay, so that process we will see tomorrow. We'll continue that part tomorrow. Okay, so write down these points here. This part you already know 4 definitions.
Yes, ma'am.
So only write down steps of extraction.
So auto reduction is called roasting.
No. Yeah, auto reduction, yes, it can be considered as a roasting. But not much stronger heating is not needed. Roasting is generally used for sulfides, separation of sulfur. Completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this part you will write it next class, no problem. So we'll start maths now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.